Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Grattan. Thank you for coming to my senior project presentation. So my essential question is, what are the steps to organizing time for Millis Middle School students to hang out with Harry in order to relieve stress? So I'll be majoring in psychology at the University of Rhode Island this upcoming fall. So by choosing this project, I got to experience what it's going to be like to be a school adjustment counselor, considering I want to be one in the future. Giving advice is something I'd like to say I'm pretty experienced with, considering I have 3 siblings, and 2 of them being younger than me. My older sister who's in college, I find myself giving her more advice than she gives me. I've been told before that I'm really good at giving advice, and that made me really happy to know that I could help in any way I could. When people are feeling down and need someone to talk to, it's nice knowing there's someone there that won't judge you. Bottling up emotions isn't good for your mental health, so it's crucial in life to have someone that'll be there for you and won't interrupt and brush you off. Having people use my opinion on things is really nice because it means they trust me. So what do I hope to get out of this project? Last year when I was listening to presentations, the one that stood out to me most was errand races. I love animals, especially dogs, so I love the idea of having the middle schoolers who are always upstairs and never get to really see our therapy dog Harry come downstairs and hang out. They also got the opportunity to open up and express how they're feeling without having to bottle up everything inside. I talked to Miss Sullivan and Miss Lehman about how I would be continuing her project, and they're so excited that this would be ongoing. So how did I intend on getting it done? The planning process went pretty smoothly. I talked to Miss Sullivan, and she allowed me to use the room outside her office so that Harry could be there. And I emailed Miss Lehman on December 7th, and I told her that I would be doing a continuation of Erin Rice's senior project. I also mentioned that they would be able to hang out with Harry so that they could relieve their stress. My study period is period 5, so I asked if there are any students available during that time. Their schedule is very different from ours, so it was very difficult at first for her, but she finally figured it out and she did a great job with the schedules. When I met with her, we discussed what we would actually do in these meetings, what day would be best to start, and we thought after Christmas break would be great. School can be stressful at times, and there are many stressed out students in school. And everyone has things they have to deal with. And the top reasons people are stressed are fear of failure, tougher academics, social pressures, uncertainty about the future, and more. A lot of people have things going on at home, so school can be difficult coming to if they are dealing with stuff, but that's on top of schoolwork, homework, tests, and more. Social pressures like fitting in with other people, to be popular and having a lot of friends is probably the most common issue, whether these friends are actually real or not. The dog and human bond. Learning about the dog and human bond is something that was very interesting to me. So dogs actually help humans reduce stress by releasing a chemical called the love chemical or the cuddle chemical. And it's released in both the dog and human when we look into each other's eyes. And oxytocin is very good for you because it has a calming effect and lowers your stress levels. Dogs are very protective animals, and you would know that if you have one at home. And it's not only physical protection, but they also lower stress levels, anxiety, and depression. They're even there when you're feeling lonely. So little things do go a long way, so just by spending time with them outside, cuddling with them, going for a walk, or playing ball, we're more likely to become more content. To me, dogs make me feel secure, and they bring a different kind of love into our lives, and they give you a very important friendship. Service dogs, I believe, should be in every school. Our school is so lucky to have Harry in ours. He came to our school in my freshman year, so that was either 2018 or 2019, and everybody was so excited to have him. He would visit classrooms, or people would go and visit him and pet him, or sometimes on someone's birthday, he would bring them a goodie bag with candy. Since I'm a senior, I love the thought of not being stressed out, so having a dog both at home and at school was great. When I'm anxious or stressed, I like to be alone and not talk to anyone right away. But when I'm alone, I like to spend it with my dogs because they don't have to give me advice or talk to me. They are such reliable companions, and the saying, dogs are man's best friend, is very true because it's true to me and so many other people I know. They're more accustomed to our behaviors and emotions. They understand some of the words we use and gestures as well. Just like a friend to another friend, they act as one, trying to understand the emotional state we are in. Anxiety in school. When people are anxious in school, it can lead to behavioral problems, poor performance, poor self-esteem, as well as anxiety or panic attacks. Personally, it's very difficult to work with while feeling anxious. And to clear my mind, I like taking walks and getting away from the area I was in. Academic stress leads to anxiety and depression, and there's a difference between being anxious and actually having anxiety. Those with anxiety suffer most of the time. And there are different types of anxiety, such as separation and social. And there's more also. The signs and symptoms include panic, increased heart rate, irritability, lack of concentration, and more. When having an anxiety attack, people usually ask why you're actually having it, and sometimes there's no real reason behind it, so it's very difficult to answer that question. Another reason why anxiety is very difficult to deal with in school is that certain conditions affect classroom behaviors. So what I hope to do for my senior project was to help the students if they had no one to talk to. So who did I need to contact in order to get started? I contacted Ms. Sullivan first, and with Harry involved too. Outside of her room was a great space for these meetings to take place. It's a great space to relax and hang out. There's a couch with also a table of chairs. It's perfect for de-stressing. And with Ms. Sullivan in the other room, it gave Harry the comfort to hang out with us and just be close to Ms. Sullivan. I contacted Ms. Lehman next, and she's a great organizer and helped me out a ton. She thought these students would be the best fit for my overall goal, and whether these students were stressed, anxious, or upset, they would really benefit the most by talking to a student over an adult. There's no doubt that these are the best mentors for me. So what did we actually do in meetings? To be honest, I was very nervous for the first meeting because I didn't want it to be awkward for them. I did meet with the students in the past and explain to them what my project was, what we could do in the meetings, and I told them that Harry would be there. We could color or play games or take a walk outside instead of just sitting around. So in the first meeting, we went outside Ms. Sullivan's office and we colored so we could have something to focus on. I printed out some fun coloring sheets that were cool and wouldn't take too long because the meetings were 20 minutes. I began asking like simple starter questions like their likes and dislikes about classes, plans for the weekends, and more. Of course it wouldn't be perfect, and I never imagined it would be, but after a few meetings, I no longer had to ask these simple questions, and they could just talk to me freely. I heard from Ms. Lehman, a student told her that she really liked coming down and coming to school because she liked to talk to me, and that was really nice knowing because I really enjoyed that thought of helping others and giving advice. So what does my project look like now? The first meeting was January 12th, and the last meeting was April 7th. My mentors were a huge help to me by allowing me to use their room and help me organize this whole project. When I was talking to the students, they told me about some of the tough things going on in their life, and I replied the best I could. I'm not the greatest at it yet, but I will be in the future. So I'm thrilled to be studying psychology so I can learn more about the study of the human mind. Also getting to help people out the best I can. Impacts were made as I was told by one of my mentors, Ms. Lehman, and hearing I influence younger kids was so incredible to hear, knowing I made their day a little bit better. My successes. My overall goal was to have the students open up and improve their moods, so I began tracking their moods for the day. With 1 being bad and 5 being great, we did before and after the meetings. I told them to be honest and they didn't have to lie if their mood didn't actually improve. And I saw great results by telling them this. Someone put like a 2 right before and a 4 after, and I was content with the good results. This is the most ideal project I could have, relating my love for helping others and with dogs. What were my obstacles? Sometimes the room outside Ms. Sullivan's office was taken by other students in their study period, but the middle schoolers really didn't mind, so we would either just go in there and color with other students, or we would go to the library and print out some other coloring sheets that would suit their personality, or sometimes we would go walk on the track. The other obstacle is that one student didn't show up. Well, she showed up once, but it wasn't a huge problem because it's really up to her in the end if she wanted to come and talk to me. And I didn't really take it personally because there were 3 other students. So what did I get out of this project? I got to experience my future job. As I said, I want to be a school adjustment counselor. I also got to talk to someone new and learn some new things about them, which is always good, making a new friend. And then I'd like to thank my mentor, Ms. Sullivan, for allowing me to use the room outside our office, for Harry for actually hanging out with us, for Ms. Neiman, you were a huge help in the planning process. I know it was very difficult with the middle school and high school schedule, but you did a great job. And lastly, Miss Boise for teaching me how to print things in the library. Miss Meyer